here are 10 of the best tips for Pokemon TCG Pocket, and you're gonna want to stick around to the end because we're gonna be talking about how you can get over 20 packs for free on your very first day just by playing. Our first tip is that even though all 3 of these pack arts are a part of the Genetic Apex set, there's actually certain cards that are only available in each of the respective packs. Like some of the huge hits from the set are only available in the Pikachu, the Mewtwo, or the Charizard pack respectively. So definitely take that into account if you're chasing a specific card. You can actually see a little teaser on the top of the screen for what cards could possibly be in that type of pack. However, you can also tap on the offering rates button that is down toward the bottom, and that'll actually pull up the actual pull rate percentages for every single card in the set. That is something that I'm pretty sure Pokemon has never like officially revealed for any of their other things. Word on the street is that you have to do that for mobile apps. I was actually completely unaware of that, but that's the reason why it has an itemized list of every single possible card that you could find in those specific packs. So if you are looking for, say, the Mewtwo immersive card, you're gonna want to open the Mewtwo pack because that's the only one that has the Mewtwo immersive. I think there generally is some overlap with some of the more common cards, but for some of those big secret rares, definitely double check if you're looking for a specific one, because if you're opening a certain pack, it might not even actually be in that pack. You'll also notice as you go through these offering rates that there's the potential of getting something called a rare pack, or what we would call a god pack, and this is essentially a pack just full of hits. So all 5 cards in the pack would be some of the biggest hits in the set. That is extremely rare, so if you do happen to come across that, consider yourself very, very lucky. There's actually only one content creator that I have seen so far that has pulled a god pack, and that was Zoe 2 Dots. But just letting you know that it is totally possible. My second tip here is to use the pack point exchange to go ahead and get those cards that you're really, really searching for. As you continue to open packs, you're gonna accrue these pack points, which you can then go ahead and take in exchange for specific cards from the set. So every pack you open, you get 5 pack points, and then over time, once you accumulate enough, you can like literally just go ahead and trade those in for whatever card you want. So I think this is great because if you're sitting there opening pack after pack after pack searching for a specific card and you end up not getting it, you could actually just go ahead and transfer these points and get that one specific card that you want, given that you have enough pack points. So some of the more basic cards are between 35 and 70 pack points, and then once you start getting into the art rares, those are 400 pack points. The EXs are 500 pack points. Oh my goodness. The secret rares, like the 2 gold star full art cards, are 1250 pack points, which based on some quick maths, that's 250 booster packs worth of pack points. Interestingly enough, the immersive cards are 1500 points, and then the golds are a whopping 2,500 pack points. Oh my goodness. So you really would have to save up for a long time to get some of those huge chases in the set, but if there's a specific trainer or just some sort of random Pokemon that you need for a deck, this is a fantastic way to get those without just continually opening a bunch of boost packs and hoping that you pull it. When it comes to battling, there's a few useful features that you're going to want to take advantage of right off the bat. The first one is that while you're building decks, there's a feature called auto build, which essentially will just build a deck of a specific type based on the cards that you have in your inventory. So you can go ahead and hit auto build, it'll like craft a full deck for you, and then you can kind of just mix and match and exchange the cards in that you want to use. And I think this is great. It's a super efficient way to build a deck and build a lot of different decks quickly. It gives you a really good starting point, and then based on how you like to play, you're going to want to swap in the cards that you want. You're also able to unlock rental decks to use, which are super helpful for some of those earlier battles. You basically unlock these by just getting the feature card from that rental deck, and then you unlock the whole deck. You can use it up to 10 times, and my advice here would be to use these during the solo battles. Sometimes you won't have certain cards that are good against certain decks, so this is a really helpful way to just use an already crafted deck of a specific type. Bonus tip for this one, there is a feature called auto battling, which does exactly what it sounds like. The game will basically battle on your behalf. This feature I think is good if you're trying to go through those ranks in the solo battles and you don't want to sit there and battle through every single tier. So you can literally just toggle on auto battle and let the game do its thing. So if you want to play but you don't feel like playing, toggle on that auto battle. It'll play for you. This next one would be another tip for building decks, and that would be to buy the item cards from the shop. These cards you can buy with your shop tickets, which you should have a nice pile of by now if you've been doing the solo battles or just doing any of the general missions. So you won't need to like actually purchase these with money. You should be able to just buy them with those shop tickets. And there's not currently a ton of different item cards or trainers in this game, and I feel like it's a pretty essential piece if you're trying to make at least a mildly strategic deck. So my advice here would be to go ahead and pick up 2 of every single one of those item cards, at least the ones that you don't have yet, and go ahead and put them in your decks right away. Alright, this next tip is pretty straightforward. Make sure you're claiming all of your daily items. That's your daily free gift in the shop, as well as the daily missions that you can do. Those ones you should be able to do even if you just log on once per day. Once you do all that, you should get some extra bonuses to go ahead and get more hourglasses to hopefully open up some more packs. Also, I do think it's a good idea to always say thanks when you're doing a wonder trade or a battle against someone. It basically gives them a free shop ticket. So if everybody does it, then everybody gets a nice little thank you gift. Sharing is caring. This next tip, I wanted to go through some fun ways to open up your booster pack. So the first one is that you can actually flip the pack backwards, basically revealing each card one by one in reverse order. This is kind of fun. It's kind of like a little pack trick of sorts, and you're literally just opening the pack as if it's like fully backwards. You can also, if you're opening the pack like the front way, you can peek at what cards are in the back by just kind of like angling the pack a little bit, which I think is really fun because it actually emulates like the true pack opening experience. Like I literally, you know, I do that sometimes. I'm like, oh, do I see something? Is there something back there? And then you get to the back and there's a big hit. So I think this is cool. I literally do this all the time in real life, so I think it's a fun little teaser kind of thing. This next tip basically allows you to pick your own starter Pokemon in TCG Pocket. What I mean by that is basically the first pack that you decide to open in the game, whether that be the Pikachu, the Charizard, or the Mewtwo, will determine not only which specific EX card you get first, but also which art rare card you get from the Wonder Pick. So if you select the Mewtwo as your first pack, you will get a Marowak EX out of that first booster pack, and then a Bulbasaur when you go ahead and do the Wonder Pick demo. If you choose the Pikachu pack, you'll get an Arcanine EX out of your first pack and a Squirtle during the Wonder Pick. And if you pick the Charizard as your first pack, you'll get an Exeggutor EX out of your first pack and a Charmander when you go to do the Wonder Pick. I think that's a really cool piece of information. Obviously, if you want it to be a mystery, just pick whichever one you feel. I think this is a really great way to get a specific Pokemon that you want right at the start. I mean, if it's one of those 6 that we just named. But I do think this is also like a really fun and clever way to add in that like choose your first partner Pokemon. Without it being as obvious as like literally pick one of these art rares, you literally get to like Wonder Pick it, which basically means that they just kind of like rig the Wonder Pick so that you win, which hey, I'm not complaining. So if you haven't opened your first pack yet, I would definitely take that into consideration. If you want to change up the look of your cards and decks, you can actually add something called Flare, which basically just adds a fun little effect to your card. There's a bunch of different flares that you can do, and basically what you do is you exchange a duplicate copy of that card plus some shine dust, which you can get from opening packs. You exchange those in and you get like a special effect added to your card. Beware, this does like literally just take away the duplicate card. It takes away the extra card from your inventory. So only do this if you have a bunch of copies of the same card, or you basically have more than enough than you want for your actual decks. So if you've got a bunch of copies of one card, go crazy. Get the coolest flare in town. You're also able to change your playmat, your sleeves, and your coin. So if you want to add a little pizzazz that way, you can go into your settings and change around those. And there's also a few other cosmetic items like emblems and binder covers that you can pick up in the shop with those shop tickets as well. So feel free to check there if you want to add a little extra pizzazz to your setup. This one is more of just an FYI, or a for your consideration, but there's going to be special promo cards that are actually only available through the premium pass. So right now at launch, it is this really sick Pikachu card. It's so freaking cool. So you can actually only get this if you have the premium pass, and basically you'll get access to special missions, which will get you these golden shop tickets instead of the regular shop tickets, and you can use those to redeem items. Most of them are also available in like the regular shop. You just have like more of them that you can get, basically. In addition to that, you can also redeem the Pikachu with one of those golden shop tickets. So that's definitely something to consider if you're like me and you like to complete every single set of everything in its entirety. Now, I did have a chance to talk to the game creators about this Premium Pass promo card, and they said that this card will basically be just an aesthetic variation of an already existing card in the free version of the game. So this isn't like a special card with a special move that you can only get with the Premium Pass. This this is basically how we have like the art rares or the alternate arts or like the higher tier rarity versions of the cards that are in the base part of the set. So this won't be like any sort of gameplay advantage type of card. It'll just be purely for aesthetic purposes and if you want to collect every single card. But if you just want to build your decks in battle, it's gonna be a card that you could just pull from a pack anyway, just with a different art. I gotta hit you with a bonus tip before we get into tip number 10. And this one is a little bit of an Easter egg slash spoilers here, so cover your ears if you don't want to know. You can actually unlock a special immersive Mew card, hello, by completing the entire Kanto Pokedex. How cool, and this card looks so sick too. So basically you complete the entire Kanto Pokedex, you get 150 Pokemon, and it'll unlock this like secret mission that you complete, and it'll just give you the card. What a cool way to implement getting the last card from the Kanto region is like actually like doing a hidden mission to find it. I think that's really, really cool. So what an awesome gift for completing the entire Kanto Pokedex. I think that Mew is awesome. So look forward to getting that. It might take you a while, but that will happen once you catch them all. And my very last tip here is going to be how you can get upwards of 20 booster packs for free to open literally on your very first day of playing this game. I think the game does a really good job of giving you opportunities to get more hourglasses, to get more packs like right at the start. So what's going to happen when you start the game is basically it'll give you some booster packs to open. You'll open them, you'll complete some missions. After you complete those missions, it'll get you more hourglasses to then open up more booster packs. So you're going to kind of do that, go back and forth, then you'll do like a wonder pick, and then you'll get more experience, and then you might level up. And when you level up, you get more hourglasses to open up more booster packs. So after you're kind of done doing that, where you open the booster packs, you claim your reward, you should be able to get a few booster packs through that. Then what I would recommend is going over to the battling tab and actually going through those different tiers of battling. So as you go through each of those battles, the first time that you beat the deck, it'll actually give you hourglasses, and there's a whole list of rewards that you can get through there as well. So take a look at those missions that are available for each of the decks because they are different for each one. So basically you'll just go through and battle all of those like solo mission decks. You can even take some advice from earlier and put on the auto battling if you want to just like quickly go through while you're doing other stuff. And I think it would be very helpful to use the rental decks or the auto build feature to kind of like quickly craft some decks of specific types that are good against the decks that you're battling. So after you do that, then you'll get more hourglasses, which you can then use to open up even more booster packs. Then after you open the booster packs, you can go ahead and craft some better decks to go in and battle those harder, like higher tier decks that are really tough to beat. So after you beat those, you'll get even more hourglasses. You can go back, open more packs, kind of do the same thing, rinse and repeat. Some of the higher tier decks are actually really tough, so good luck. But I do think that is an excellent way through that method of basically defeating all of those decks. You'll get a bunch of experience, so you will level up. Additionally, you'll get hourglasses from that, and you'll get hourglasses once again from defeating every single one of those decks. You'll get all those different extra bonus items from the missions, so that should be able to get you even more shop points, which you can use the shop points to get even more hourglasses and wonder pick glasses as well. On top of that, you can also get extra experience through doing the live matches of the battles. So if you want to battle against actual people, you can get 15 experience points per win when you do that, and then you can also get experience through the wonder pick as well. So there's a bunch of ways you can get experience to level up, but that being said, you should have no issue getting 20 packs to open on your very first day if you're doing a bunch of those battles and leveling up. That's all I got for y'all today. Thank you so much for watching. If this video did help you out, don't forget to drop a like, and also let me know in the comments if there was any tip in particular that you found extremely helpful. Also, if you have a TCG Pocket tip that you want to share with the community, feel free to leave it in the comments as well. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!